like I've said before, the president is going up against a very big current, swimming against the current. Just to reiterate that, I hope he has not been deceived. I hope he's not delusional. I hope he knows the challenges he's facing. And well, as Gachagua prepares to do his thing in terms of his political party, I think he has prepared the ground well. I only pray and hope that all this plays out in a peaceful environment. The president goes there, does his thing. He gets the message loud and clear. And I'm very sure the president will leave Mount Kenya knowing that those people really are out of him. That will be, there will be no doubt about that. But then he should do his thing, let him do it peacefully. Let Gachagua launch his party. Again, we pray that that party should be as national as possible. Of course, we know the realities of our Kenyan politics, but we pray that those who are in charge of the new party will be people we can look and say, well, they may not quite be across the country, but really there's a fair share of Aluya there, there's a fair share of Aluo in that party, so that it's not just a Mount Kenya party. But otherwise, it's just to say that the mountain is tricky for the president, and but we pray for him. You know, he needs our prayers. I think the president is fully aware the mountain is restive. Is very aware that the people have rejected him. He's aware of the resentment and the anger around the mountain. But nevertheless, he chooses to face them head on. It's a gamble. I hope it's not a product of misadvice, because in this country, leaders are always misadvised. They listen to sycophants. They listen to people who echo what they are thinking and feeling. They create a sort of unreal situation and turn it into what is a reality. So I just hope the president is aware he's going to face people who resent him, people who don't want him. If that is the case, then one, he's gambling that he may come off looking bad, or he will address make-believe rallies, manufactured crowds. You can buy a crowd, but still try to pass a message that you are still in charge, the people still love you. That's okay, it's calculated, it's part of politics. I only would shudder to imagine it would be the case that the president believes the people who would be telling maybe Kindiki and the rest that things are okay. If that is the case, it would be very bad for Gachagua. He has a crowd. His fear would always be, is there a possibility the president can charm his way into the hearts of the people once more? The people are with me. Can the president undo what I have done? Of course, that's not quite possible for now. So he should not be overly worried that the president could undo what he has done, that the people could turn from Gachagua back to the president. But there's always that fear and that anxiety. I hope also that the former deputy president has not tried to smear the ground, like in the Kenyan politics, where people plan heckling, they plant people to disrupt. I hope he has not done that, because that is always counterproductive. You want to test the real thing. If you are Gachagua, you want to see, what is my work? What is the worth of my work? I have made the people turn away from this guy. Has it succeeded? So let it be organic. Observe from far. Don't interfere. Let him walk, and at the end of the 5 days, you can sit down and laugh and say, ha, this guy didn't succeed. So I'm just hoping that Gachagua shouldn't be very worried that his work will be undone. And two, I'm also praying and hoping that he doesn't turn out doing what many politicians do, to organize people, to heckle the president, to disrupt the rally. That will be counterproductive. But best way to me is let the president move in the region. Let him see for himself. Because the president is not a fool. He knows the difference between a manufactured crowd and an organic crowd. These are people who celebrated him. These are people who cheered him. These are people who appreciated him and welcomed him in the churches, in their homesteads, in villages and markets and towns in Mount Kenya. He's able to see for himself if there's any change. And I believe there's a lot of change. And that to me is good, because when he leaves Mount Kenya, the president should recalibrate his politics. That should give him a good idea of the mood, not just in Mount Kenya, but in this country. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. I just wanted to ask, Prof, before you settle a bit, the question of Ruto's recent appointment of Geoffrey Ruku to replace Justin Muturi as a public service CS appears to be a calculated move. So the question becomes, will such tactical replacement be enough to pacify a politically restless Mount Kenya, as you indicated it is a bit restive right now? Briefly.
You see, Diba, when you remove somebody of the stature of Justin Muturi, a national figure like Justin Muturi, and you replace him with a village politician, it shows you are out of touch with reality. It confirms the feeling in this country that the president doesn't seem to understand, one, the gravity of the problem he's facing, and two, what people are feeling really. Because you cannot replace Muturi with somebody like that. You know, it shows you are out of touch with the reality. It then makes everything you do laughable. The people then realize that the person we are dealing with is not a person who understands the ground. He was a very good person with the ground. He knew the ground, what has transpired in the past 2.5 years. So that the man who was in touch with the ground is so much out of touch with the ground that he can imagine you can replace Muturi with somebody I can't even know his name, or some first-time MP who is not even known. That to me really surprises me, because I expect a lot more from the president. He should know that that can't wash. If those are the things you are doing and believe you can win the mountain back because of that, then you are really lost. What people are feeling really, because you cannot replace Muturi with somebody like that. You know, it shows you are out of touch with the reality. It then makes everything you do laughable. The people then realize that the person we are dealing with is not a person who understands the ground. He was a very good person with the ground. He knew the ground, what has transpired in the past 2.5 years. So that the man who was in touch with the ground is so much out of touch with the ground that he can imagine you can replace Muturi with somebody I can't even know his name, or some first-time MP who is not even known. That to me really surprises me, because I expect a lot more from the president. He should know that that can't wash. If those are the things you are doing and believe you can win the mountain back because of that, then you are really lost.
Opinions are inevitable. Everyone has an opinion about something or even everything, including me. But that would be rough and insulting. Let me just say it this way. Make sure your opinion carries logic. It will have weight. But if it's baseless, no matter how cute the listeners will seem to, perceive whatever opinion you're putting through, in the long run, if it was of kama ilikuwa tu vitu vya juu, vitu vya kipuzipuzi, some will listen and even nod and smile at you. Alafu unakuwa topic wiki. This goes to anyone. As high as you are, as so as you feel you're like. Yeah. I said what I said. If the shoe fits, wear it.